That Michael Malone tweaked his starting five the other night for Game 4.
There is no question that threes have been flying in this series for
playing just out of his mind the other night. 50 points, trying to single-handedly get them back in the win column. There he has become a big piece for Denver off the turnover. Here comes Royce O'Neal gliding to the cup.
They score a 20-point-a-game night and their best three-point shooter out. What they've been able to do here.
Nicola, just an offensive marvel. Drive and kick. Ingles into the corner. This is Mitchell. That's a three. Rushing to get them to this point. But certainly didn't anticipate a potential first-round back. He just hasn't seemed to be into the offense. Has kind of lost his rhythm offensively. Mitchell steps into a deep three and buries it.
The Jazz had shot 34% on pull-up threes on the season, and they're shooting well over 50% in this series.
Boy, how about the shooting?
Malone, he believes that one of the guys who will help set that tone, Monte Morris. Now remember, when Malone...
Their best perimeter defender, guy they could have really used in this series against Mitchell. Shot clock down to 5. Jokic steps into an open three and buries it. As we cross the 7-minute mark in this opening quarter, Game 5, and a do-or-die night for Denver. Jokic, just masterful.
Because, like in this series, Utah's just shot the ball so well.
O'Neal, the fake, wide open splash. He's got 8, make it his second three.
But that's what I'm talking about, is that bad defense. Royce O'Neal, an escape dribble three. It's
O'Neal undrafted, third year in the league out of Baylor. There's Jokic, that's a long three over Gobert, and he hits again. Make it 15 for Utah. Picked up his second personal early in this game. Here comes Ingles, wheeling around a screen, extends to the cup, and he puts it down. Boy, high degree of difficulty against Jeremy Grant, a rugged defender for Denver. And Grant turns it over at the other end. Ingles, transition three, sticks it. His first 2 threes has cooled off a little bit since. George Niang and Juwan Morgan have checked in for Utah. There's an open corner jumper for Michael. So we hit the 3-minute mark. Here's a backdoor cut by Torrey Craig. Coming in.
Not only do we get the layup, but Rudy Gobert is at the three-point line, so he's not there to block shots.
Soft touch, a little lead. Screen. Gobert dislodges Murray to the deck. No foul. 7 to shoot. When Murray had an opening. Jokic over the top of Gobert. Underneath.
Yeah, he's having a hard time getting back here.
Clarkson, contact, and he'll shoot a free throw. Perfect TNT crew. Game 5, Denver trying to keep their season alive in a 3-1 series hold to Utah. 7 to shoot. Murray gets the 3. About a 5-second difference. Shot to game clock. 5 to shoot. Conley to Clarkson. Puts it on the deck. Pull up 3 from the corner as Conley rings the bell. Final seconds. Here comes Jokic. Fires at the horn and he buries it.
Because they've taken Denver, who was 5th in the league in points in the paint, and held them 13 below their average. But that means you're going to...
Overtime win for Denver in the opener. But since then, 3 straight victories for Utah as Michael Porter, really basically those 2 years with the back injury. They need more from him defensively. As Conley taking on contact, soft touch. Jamal Murray takes a seat. Can't imagine for very long for Denver. Quiet scoring start for him, just 3 points. Here's Niang, getting some pretty good looks.
In better shape, tough guy, good competitor.
Here's Plumlee. Beautiful pass, dropping a dime each by Michael Malone. And a big bucket here off a terrific feed. Clarkson to the rack. Here in Orlando. Ingles sizes him up. Here comes Clarkson, extends, blocked by Plumlee. Jazz bench unprecedented. It's going to be a whole chapter in that journal today about Nikola Jokic. Clarkson!
It's going to change.
So we hit the 6-minute mark. Here is Jeremy Grant stepping middle, elevates and puts it down. Just 26 combined for Grant over the last 3.
Well, Denver is so big. We're so used to teams playing small now. As
Taken by Clarkson. So Nikola Jokic back onto the floor for Denver. 21 in the first quarter. Mitchell to drive and kick to Clarkson. Gets another three.
more threes.
Think of all the offense that they lost when Bojan Bogdanovic went down with that wrist injury. Eventually had to have surgery, ending his season. Hurt initially in January.
Time to get there and ends up with an illegal screen.
This is Michael Porter Jr. Corner three. Got it.
He's got a tremendous future.
Mitchell around a screen, hounded by Murray. Takes some contact, and he's headed to the free throw line. Jokic on a three. Too much. Porter had a hand on it, then Millsap saves. Nicely done. Here comes Murray, slicing his way through the defense.
And Mitchell on essentially power forwards, Michael Porter Jr. and Jeremy Grant, giving away a lot of size.
Ingles on a three. The pass, Jokic. Murray is there, takes it back and cleans up the mess. Mitchell, pretty step back, couldn't hit. Tapped out again by Gobert. Conley up top. And Gobert coming. Here's Monte Morris. Intercepted by Ingles. No one home. Mitchell. Good effort by Porter, but just couldn't get there. Too much. 5 to shoot. Little fadeaway jumper splash.
Catch difficult.
Morris distributes. Here is Jokic. Back of the rim, no. Loose ball, Morris right in his breadbasket.
They've just got to hang in. They've got to get their defense going and get some stops.
There's a three for Conley. Splash. Jokic, can he put this team on his back? Shot clock down to 2. That's an open three. Got it. Hughes. 6th. Denver shooting 43% if you've just joined us. Millsap puts it down to try to walk it off. First field goal for Millsap. Mitchell got it.
Another.
Expectations. Obviously, injuries have played a factor for both of these teams. Murray, gorgeous. Everything but the finish. Able to extend to the cup. Couldn't put it down. Grant, and he can at the other end.
Gobert open on the roll, but then Gobert is going to have to make the plays.
Mitchell setting the table, dropping a dime to Clarkson.
This is the dilemma with Michael Porter Jr. You want his offense on the floor, but he's not giving you anything defensive.
From Clarkson tonight, he has been magnificent. Murray taking flight, puts it down. Boy, challenges Gobert.
5-on-3 at the basket. You cannot get split in pick and roll defense.
Gobert pretty with his feet. And Utah's lead back to a dozen. Porter outside Murray. Deep three. Got it.
They're right there. They're still in shouting distance.
In fact, he scored 9 of their last 11. Niang off the bench.
Penetration on pick and roll and finding open people.
That was his 4th assist of the night. Little give and go action. Jokic back to Murray. And that was Michael Malone obviously desperate to keep his season alive, looking for some kind of a spark. Murray with a tough leaner, and he just keeps on coming.
I think that's great.
Jamal Murray, 13 of Denver's last 15 points, and he's getting some help here. Up the loose change. Here he comes down the paint, knocked out of his hands. Well played by Dozier.
Outstanding individual defense by Dozier.
Murray, the
transition, but 2 great defensive plays by PJ Dozier.
Murray inside, incredible.
But he's splitting everything, and he's right by them, and then a tremendous finish.
Gobert, filthy.
Have the advantage. They've adjusted. Now Jamal obviously putting him in the pick and rolls, trying to get the matchups that we want. And we're going to need both of them down the stretch. We've been a really good team at
now to Clarkson, puts it on the deck against Porter. Porter, well played, kept his feet, got a piece. And this resurgent Denver defense.
What Donovan Mitchell can do, make somebody else beat you.
Porter at the other end, and Denver in front of the second quarter.
I mean, look where Jokic is right now. He's not back in that lane.
Mitchell, and he answers for Utah in the second round. Here's Murray off the inbounds. Splash! Brian Anderson, Chris Webber, and Jared Greenberg will have the call coming up next right here on TNT. Donovan
You've got to get him into the pick and into the help of your big guy.
Murray, and once again, those two with a postseason.
Brendan Malone, the first head coach of the Toronto Raptors.
There's a steal. Porter ahead of the field to Murray. Runs out of real estate, but gets it to Porter. How does Utah answer now as we cross the 8-minute mark? Mitchell to the rack, and he goes glass.
This is all going to be on Murray's shoulders.
What defense by Mitchell. Shot clock at 1. Jokic has to hurry, and he hits it. Now with 26 points. Make it 28 after that last bucket. Mitchell! Nasty!
Well, they've got Jokic. Loves to finish with his right hand on those floaters.
Conley following up his 26-point performance, and look at Murray at the other end here in Game 5. Grant steps into a 3, and he hits. 39% three-point shooter on the season. Shot clock down to 6. Conley splits 2, and he's headed to the line. He dropped to a knee. Here he comes again down the paint. Dropping a dime, and Grant blocked by Gobert. 2 to shoot. Murray shoots, and he buries it. Jokic pass broken up by Conley. Murray off another broken play. Up here between these two superstars. Murray, a step back, long 2, got it. 50 in Game 4, 40 tonight. Murray again. The horn, Ingles left open. Well short, rebound Porter, and Mitchell the steal. Inside Gobert. What a... And everyone waiting with bated breath to see where he goes here. Murray, the drive, the kick. Jokic, splash. Chris Webber, Jared Greenberg will have the call coming up next on TNT. Final 20 seconds. Here's a 3 by Mitchell, and he banks it in. Why not?
And come with it from the beginning of the game on Thursday.
Final 10 seconds after the free throws by Grant. Not that time by Mitchell, and that will do it. The Denver Nuggets will extend their season to a Game 6. They do it on the back of Jamal Murray's 42 points.